Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals is more crucial than ever. It requires substantial investment, especially for low-income and developing countries. The IMF research shows that many countries have untapped potential within their tax systems to fund critical government services, and many countries have the potential to increase their tax to GDP ratios, enabling them to provide critical government services. Emerging market and low-income economies in particular have a significant opportunity to increase their tax to GDP ratios up to 9 percentage points of increase in the tax to GDP ratio. But how can governments build up this tax capacity? How can governments identify areas for improvement? And where do the tax reform plans begin? Tax Administration Diagnostic Assessment Tool, TADAT, was officially launched in 2014 as a collaborative effort of 10 partners. For the past decade, TADAT has been a guiding light for countries, providing insights into the strengths and weaknesses of their tax administration systems. With TADAT assessments, governments can identify areas of improvement, develop targeted reform plans, and ultimately build stronger tax systems to support sustainable development. In the last 10 years, TADAT assessments have reached 107 countries across 5 regions, with a total of 180 assessments conducted. These assessments span national and subnational levels, offering comprehensive insights into the health of tax administrations across all income classifications, from advanced economies to middle-income and low-income developing countries. In addition to offering in-person training and workshops, TADAT also provides self-paced online training in various languages. Over the past decade, TADAT has provided capacity building to more than 4,000 tax officials and tax experts from different tax revenue authorities worldwide, fostering a strong network of TADAT community. Over 300 podcasts and livecasts have been organized, bringing together tax experts from around the globe to disseminate knowledge, discuss tax issues, and share solutions. Beyond its assessment role, TADAT has evolved into a significant knowledge hub for capacity development in tax administration.
Dating back to 2016, our dispute resolution processes were suboptimal and indeed wanting. In fact, as per the 2016 assessment, we received a score of D+, but through the TADAT process, we set very clear objectives towards establishing an effective resolution process. Today, we have a firmly established dispute resolution mechanism that enables us to resolve 100% of our administrative disputes within 60 days.
The key outcome for the Zambia Revenue Authority from the TADAT has been the identification of the need to cross-check data with third-party sources. And as a result of this, the Zambia Revenue Authority, with support of GIZ, embarked on a project to build a data warehouse, which has enabled us now to capture in one environment data for customs and domestic taxes. And also, we are in the process of capturing now third-party data sources into one warehouse.
The 2015 TADAT assessment was a tremendous revelation for tax administration in Jamaica because it pointed us in a direction where we were able to identify that we need to separate our audit from our objection functions, as both functions had the same reporting relationship. What we were able to do based on that assessment was to allow for the objections function to report to the Commissioner General, avoiding any potential for conflict of interest and ensure that there is greater level of accountability within tax administration in Jamaica.
So the TADAT assessment of Bhutan was conducted in September 2022. The TADAT identified a range of weaknesses in the Bhutanese tax administration system. And based on the findings, the department has been continuously trying to improve tax administration, especially around the 4 pillars of compliance. The TADAT findings reveal that the on-time filing of the large taxpayers was very low. It was 42%. And we have now piloted the large taxpayer unit, and based on the recommendation and the methodology recommended by the experts, we have now achieved 85% on-time filing by the large taxpayers' offices.
TADAT has wildly exceeded our expectations here at the IMF, and I'm sure that's the case with our partners with whom we worked on this for so many years. TADAT, as you all know, is one of the first standardized diagnostic assessment frameworks that allows countries to identify the strengths and weaknesses in tax administration and compare their performance against good practice. And although this sounds fairly straightforward, it is nothing short of revolutionary in the area of tax administration. So 108 countries have undertaken this assessment, which is more than half of the IMF's membership, and around 30 countries have undertaken repeat TADAT assessments to gauge the progress in their outputs and in their effectiveness over time based on reforms and improvements they've been introducing. And that's a really good thing. That means that they're using the TADAT as it was designed to be used. It's also helped identify areas of capacity development and the design of reform programs, and have a common understanding among officials and CD providers of those areas of weaknesses that most need to be targeted for improvement. The TADAT is also a collaborative tool, and many of us have been working together to design it and implement it. And that's really one of the reasons why it's now understood to be a public international good. And we're taking advantage of the fact of that it's been so well accepted and widely used to update the framework now 10 years after its inception, by updating it in core areas, important areas like digitalization, technology, and the use of big data, to make sure that the framework remains robust and relevant for the next decade.
Reaching a decade is a significant milestone for TADAT to reflect on the profound impact it has contributed. TADAT has remained and continues to serve as a crucial tool in informing tax capacity enhancements globally. To discover more about TADAT's journey and contributions, we invite you to explore our website for comprehensive insights.